Hello, dear friends. I'm back. I have been meaning to make this video for a really, really long time. I wanted to tell you about the Women's Wellness Conference. So the last video that I did, I was at the conference actually, and it was such a brilliant event that if you are anywhere near Southern California in the, in the early part of October, or if you are here, I think there are other conferences in March, if I'm not mistaken. It's in Orange County, California. And just go. Or at the very least, pay the $100 to live stream the conference, which I thought was an absolute bargain, because I got so much information in just the one day that I was there. It's a 3-day conference. I was only able to attend in person on the Friday, so I missed a lot, I know, but what I did see, I absolutely loved. So this is the schedule. The day that I was there, I saw David Wolfe gave a talk about, David Wolfe is a world-renowned nutritionist. If you've ever seen the infomercial for the NutriBullet, which I actually have one, I love it. But he's the guy with the curly hair in the NutriBullet infomercial, very famous wellness expert and nutritionist. And anyway, he was speaking about detoxification. That was a fabulous, fascinating talk. I learned a lot. And then we had Robin O'Brien, a very famous food activist. I'm going to put all of their Twitter follow thingies, the links for their Twitter feeds on here, because especially Robin O'Brien is very active on Twitter. If you want to know what's going on with all of this GMO labeling and what's being added to our foods and the organic food movement and all of that, she's the person to follow. It was an amazing, very enlightening talk. Then we saw, Dr. Alan Christiansen gave a talk about the thyroid, which my thyroid's always kind of teetering on the brink, but I'm usually able to keep it under control. I do have thyroid disease and Hashimoto's just rampant in my family. Hispanic women are particularly susceptible to it. And so I found it very, very enlightening. My sister has a lot of thyroid issues, and a lot of people close to me have a lot of thyroid problems. And so he has a book called The Adrenal Reset Diet, and is an amazing expert on the thyroid gland, and had some really great information about thyroid disease itself, but also about just basic thyroid maintenance. It was really eye-opening, and I'm reading his book right now. Actually, it's a really good book. Again, it's The Adrenal Reset Diet. It's really super informative. If you have anybody in your life who struggles with thyroid issues, or if you think you might, check out this book. It's very good. And the foreword was written by Dr. Sarah Gottfried, who wrote the Hormone Reset Diet, which I reviewed a little while back. And she actually spoke, I think, the next day after I was there. So I didn't actually get to see her speak, which I was really bummed about. But I'm glad that I got to see the speakers that I did see, because for the most part, except for David Wolfe, I had never heard of these people. So I was so glad that I got to see them. And then Dr. David Villarreal gave a talk about, he's a holistic dentist. And so he gave a talk about how basically your whole body runs through your mouth, and your mouth health is related to the health of everything else in your body, and how we can take better care of that in a non-invasive, non-pharmaceutical way, in balance with everything else in our bodies. Really something I had never thought about before. That's what this whole conference was about. It was all kinds of things, lots of things that I'd heard of and have talked about here, like grounding and thermography, which I really believe in, but other things that I certainly had not heard about or even thought about. Like, I really hadn't considered what was going on in here. I just do the basic brushing and flossing like the rest of us do. And it was very enlightening to hear about how important that actually is. And then David Wolfe came and talked again, and he had a special guest who was Ron Teagarden of Dragon Herbs, who I am also a huge fan of. Very, very famous herbalist here in Southern California. So yeah, it was just incredibly informative. Any one of those, and by the way, each speaker that we saw was a minimum minimum like a 2-hour, 90 minutes to 2-hour talk. Any one of those talks, I would easily have paid $50 to see any one of those talks. But to see all of them in one day, so you can see how, 5 of them, that's $250 value right there. So to pay $99 to stream the whole conference to get all 10 of the speakers, I just thought it was such a great deal. So that's the conference that they have in Orange County in the fall. And then they have, I guess, another one in the spring called the Longevity Now conference, something like that. I'll find the link and I'll put it here so you don't miss it. If you want to come see that, I'm going to try to get in to see that one too come spring. But all of these speakers are worth investigating and checking out what's going on in the world of nutrition and wellness and food and science. Amazing, incredible discoveries are being made, and it's not all doom and gloom. There's some doom and gloom, but only in the interest of educating ourselves so that we can make the choices that are going to sustain us, in health and well-being well into the future. So I loved the conference. Absolutely loved it. I have every intention of going back next year. I'm so glad that it's like driving distance from where I live here in Southern California. And I'm definitely going to try to make time to go to the one in the spring as well. So check it out. And they're posting snippets of the videos at their YouTube channel. So I will also put the Longevity Conference YouTube channel down there. They also run the Women's Wellness Conference. They're linked together. They're all run by David Wolf. But anyway, I'll put the links down below so you can catch some little snippets of some of the talks that I saw while I was there, and links to some of the books that I just mentioned. Yeah, check these people out. It's so important. I mean, we have all of the information available to us right now, which is such an age that we live in, that we have access to this info. But if you don't take advantage of it, then you're missing out, really. It's all just there for you to read and absorb, and then you can make up your own mind what you want to do about your own health and your own well-being. So take advantage of this wonderful free resource. I'll put these down there, and I'll be back very, very soon because the holidays are coming, and I have some healthy holiday picks coming up to share with you as well. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you really soon. Bye, everybody.